The whole system of Elation is bad, they said, and even the free Elation MC is underwhelming and the worst kind after the preservation. But is that true? Let's discuss and find out why Elation MC is not a great and dependable unit in this version. Without further ado, let's dive into it. EMC is a 5-star Lightning Elation character. They are going to be the support specifically for Elation carry in the team. Their function is to be a single target buffer that can give one of their allies a crit damage boost as well as cleansing. Thanks to one of their abilities, the chosen ally will be able to immediately cast their Elation skill one time without having to wait for AHA to take turns. They also are capable of giving buff to themselves in the form of crit rate and also Elation stat. They have a base attack of 465 and a speed of 106. And then the bonus stat you will get as you unlock all of the traces are attack, crit rate and also crit damage. There is literally nothing special for their basic attack, they will only deal lightning damage to a single enemy. As for their skill, they will also deal a non-lightning elation damage to all enemies, but gain 20 points of certified banger. The main source of their buffing capability is located on their ultimate. It has 160 energy cost. When activated, Trailblazer will immediately gain 5 punch lines and grant one of their allies a crit damage boost of 50% for 3 turns, as well as dispel their crowd control debuffs. If the target possesses Elation skill, they will additionally gain 10 punch lines and will immediately cast their Elation skill, taking 20 punch lines into account. If they are non-Elation unit or someone that doesn't have Elation skill, their action will be advanced by 50% instead. As for their talent, the Trailblazer will generate 10 energy and gains 2 punch lines after attacking. When they have certified banger, their skill will additionally deal lightning elation damage equal to 30% to all enemies. And this damage is calculated using the highest certified banger value among all allies. If you are wondering what their Elation skill looks like, they are just simply attacking the enemies, dealing 8 instances of damage where for each hit deals 20% of lightning elation. And to finish off, EMC will deal another 60% of lightning elation that is going to be split evenly to all enemies. EMC also has the ability of self-buffing thanks to one of their traces. Their A2 let them gain elation stat for a maximum of 60%. This is because for every 200 points of attack that exceeds 1000, it will increase their elation by 10%. A4 also will let them deal consistent damage since they now gain additional crit rate by 15%, and after using ultimate, they will recover 1 skill point. And finally, for their last trace, after an ally target use Elation skill, EMC will additionally gain 2 points of certified banger the next time they use their skill. So the source of their elation boosting is from the technique. After activated, they will randomly trigger some buffs that later on when the battle starts, will be applied to all of the team members. These buffs are either 20% or 30% elation boost. Now that's basically all of their kit, but since they seem lackluster at E0, we definitely need these characters' vertical investments, since they are going to be free anyways. So let's take a look at their eidolons, to determine are they going to be a good free supporter or not. At the first eidolon, every time Trailblazer using the skill, the next ultimate increases the ally's target additional certified banger by 2, and this effect can be stacked up to 3 times. The second one will improve their elation buffing, since now, after casting ultimate at the ally target, it will also grant them 12% elation for 2 turns. At fourth, EMC now at least can be a decent supporter due to the 10% vulnerability that they will inflict to enemies after casting their elation skills. This increase in damage taken will last for 2 turns. Finally, the last eidolon, when EMC casts ultimate to one ally target, they will now also gain the same ultimate effect. The crit damage buff, the CC cleansing, and the immediate casting of Elation skill all happen to the Trailblazer as well. When it comes to Elation MC's base character synergy, I would say there is no one else beside the Elation unit that can work with them. In fact, their ultimate is going to benefit when they target an ally that has an Elation skill. Otherwise, they only get 50% action advance and the 50% crit damage of course. But for the non-Elation DPS, we don't really need this now since there are plenty of supporters that are better performed than EMC outside of Elation teams. So yeah, EMC probably works well with Evanesia. Their ultimate gives her crit damage, which will also increase her elation as well, and then make her to immediately cast her elation skill. This ability technically won't bring much damage, but the one that's important is the certified banger that is generated through this skill that will help her to fulfill her ultimate needs. The new Trailblazer is also capable of generating their own certified banger, though by not much, but still it will be something that Eva can use for her ult, since she can convert a portion of others' CB to make it her own. Other than that, I think that's all the role of Elation MC for Eva. Elation MC can also technically work in Super Wolf team comps to replace Yalgua, but you have to take note that EMC might not be the best in this team. By using EMC, you can only buff one character at a time from their ultimate, while in reality, in Super Wolf team, there are literally 2 carries present. Sparx's own personal damage is something that should not be underestimated. That's why Yao Guang might still the best. Even though both EMC and Super Wolf are synergized, but it's not a great and best synergy. So we thought that EMC is going to be the budget Yao Guang before the kit unofficially released, but it turned out that he is much worse than her. Technically it's understandable since they are a free 5-star that can be owned with their full eidolon as well, but we are not expecting that they are this bad. Both Yao and EMC can boost the team's member elation. Yao Guang can simply use her skill to give all her team tons of elation and it lasts for 3 turns, while EMC could also do that by using their technique, and it's only capped at either 20% or 30%. Sure, their second eidolon is a form of KOL to improve their buffing capabilities, but they only give 12% elation to one party member, and it is through their ultimate. In addition, both of these units have a similarity where they can push their team to immediately cast their elation skills. Yao can do it through her ultimate, where she gives Aha immediate 1 extra turn. This way, if your team consists of a lot of elation characters, they all could cast their skills all at the same time. MC could do this also, but it will only work for one ally target only. Moreover, aside buffing, they both have the ability to inflict debuff to enemies in the form of vulnerability through their elation skills, with EMC being locked at their 4th eidolon, which is fine as long as we could claim it after their release. But it is going to be worsened if this eidolon only available in later patches. One last resemblance is that they both could do some SP recovery through their respective abilities. Other than that, Elation MC lacks another type of buff. It's a rest pen. Yao Guang being the ultimate support for Elation can give her whole team member an increase to their all-type rest pen by 20% for 3 turns. On top of that, Yao surely can deal more significant damage by using her Elation skill compared to EMC. But the kind of variant of Trailblazer we had now is actually underwhelming. Sure, this is only V1 and there are still a lot of time left until they buff them, but for this version, it's actually worse than the Remembrance one that we had previously. The first one is single target buffs only. EMC's kit offers a decent to good buff, but it only works for one ally. This could be a problem since the main push character in this version is going to be a unit that really tied to other DPS, which is Super Wolf to Sparxy. And it turns out, in some cases, Sparxy's damage even higher than the Super Wolf herself. So bringing a single target buffer to this team is not really a great idea. That's why Yao Guang here can solve the team's problem. So what they need to change is the kit of EMC, make it so that it could somehow be usable in the Elation Battleship teams. Aside from the buffing capabilities, EMC also can deal damage. Yes, that's why they give them some traces that could make them deal consistent damage. But the sad reality is that their damage is almost disappointing. If being compared to RMC's traces, at least the previous variant could give their whole team member a crit damage bonus, making them stay true to their roles in the team not as a damage contributor, but as a buffer. So is there any other reasons what makes EMC a bad character? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So I think that's all from Elation MC kit analysis. I was expecting more from their kit. I was hoping that they could become a unit that can be used for the whole kinds of Elation roster. But I guess my expectations were not met in this time. But anyways, let's hope for a big changes in either V3, V4 or even V5. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like and subscribe button. Turn on notification as well so you won't miss out on any of my Star Rail content. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye bye!